Peace and prosperity to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my followers. Thank you for continuing to support me. And thank you to my new subscribers, my new followers. I hope that what I'm offering in terms of information is useful to y'all and use. And if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to comment below. So subscribe, share, and hit that bell, because what will happen is every time I've uploaded a video, it will come up. So let's get into it. Someone specifically, there's quite a few comments I had, which is awesome. Thank you. Keep them coming in. Specifically, I was asked about how do we interact with the authority, knowing the knowledge that we have now, shall I say. Let's not see them as authority. That's the first thing that come to my head. Let's see them as individuals and groups and organizations that are following particular codes, yeah? Once we understand the code that they're following, we can interact with them accordingly. So, for instance, I would very much invite people to just listen to what they're saying and what they're asking and how they're using these words, and say as little as you possibly can, because remember, words can bind you into certain contracts. So I'm just trying to think of a particular scenario where I've interacted with them. Okay, so I'll give you a little example. For instance, if the police were to ask you what your name is, you don't have to give them your name. You don't even have a name. We have words that people refer to us as. So if we I want to say this in a way where, okay, so if the police has asked you your name, you could say it's woman or man or creator. You could say that you don't have your name and people refer to you as Nikima or whatever it is that people call you. I would definitely say as little as I possibly can to the police and to other forms of public servants. But it depends on what capacity. So if anybody have any particular experiences that they want to share, I would encourage them to comment, send me a message, send me an email, and I can break that down further. What I want to go into as well in today, I hope that helps, by the way. If it doesn't, that's perfectly okay. Just send me a message, let me know, and I can break it down further. In essence, to what I've just said is that the least we say to authority, the better for us. If we say that we don't consent, just literally say that you don't consent. You don't understand, you don't stand under anybody, and you don't consent. And you say no, and no, and that can be quite powerful. And say in a way where it doesn't come across. You know what? Just say it in a way where you could say it with a smile. You could say it in a smile with a smile. You could say it with hand gestures as well. No, I don't consent. I don't understand. I don't consent. I don't understand. I don't consent. But if I was given a particular scenario, then I may be able to break that down further. What I want to flip onto now is my journey from the UK to Africa using these exemption certificates. So, or using the exemption certificate, and I'm encouraging people to get a copy for themselves. So I got the certificates way before I flew, at least about 3 weeks before I flew. And there were people around me saying, are you sure it's going to work? Are you sure there's going to, putting their anxieties and their stresses onto me. I remember my cousin, God bless him, who's here now, about a few days before, or about a week before, he was like, "Are you sure it's going to work? Because somebody else went through and they didn't get." I said, "Did they have a certificate like I do?" "No." Are they me?" Like, "No." "So why are you telling me their experience? Are you trying to?" I said, "That's fear. It's coming from fear." "It's not coming from fear because he's saying it's not coming from fear. It's not coming from fear because we have to make sure we're prepared." I says, "Yes, I'm prepared. I have my certificate. I know exactly what I'm going to say. I bought my ticket. My ticket hasn't been cancelled. I know exactly how I'm going to approach it." "All right, because you're sure?" I said, "I'm sure. You just need to trust me or just watch the process." um, so then what happened was I arrived at Heathrow Airport in London, and the lady, I registered my ticket or scanned it so they knew, I was arrived, and I went to the booth where the woman is, where the ladies are and the gentlemen are who help you to board. And she asked me for that testing, the certificate to say that I've had a test within the last 74 or 72 hours at the time. And then I said, "Here's my exemption certificate." And then she had a look at it for a couple of minutes. I think she might have shown management, excuse me. She might have shown her colleague, I don't know. And then she said, "Okay." She said, "Oh, with the type of ticket that you have, you must purchase a return ticket, even though," I said to her, "I'm not coming back." She said, "Even though you're not coming back, you must purchase a return ticket." I said, "Okay, how much is it going to be? And I want you to quote me the price for so I can get a full refund when I'm over there." And she said, "Fine." Well, the guy said, "It's fine, actually. It's going to cost a little bit more." I said, "How much is it?" He said, £800. I said, "Okay, that's fine. Charge it to this card, please." And he also asked me, I can upgrade my ticket to business class, which is like first class, for an extra £500. And I said, "Okay, let's do it." Going to Africa technically for the first time, even though I went to Turkey. Not many people consider that as Africa, but it is. The previous year, like September last year. So I upgraded and I came in style. Thankfully, God has blessed me. The Almighty has blessed me with the ability to do that. So I did. I purchased it and I went. Flew over to Ethiopia. I was not asked to wear a mask. I was not asked for any type of temperature check. And I also got when I got to Ethiopia. When I got to Ethiopia, stayed there for I think it was 3 hours until my next flight was ready. Got onto that flight. I was asked to wear a mask. I said, "I'm exempt from wearing a mask." These women, these were the air hostesses. They said, "What exempts you from wearing a mask?" I said, "Health conditions can exempt one from having a mask. Knowledge of the truth can also help one ignite." So I showed her a little card that I had from Amazon that says, "I am exempt." You can buy them for £2.50 online. So I showed her that. She said, "Okay, that's fine." I said, "Do you know what happens when you wear a mask? Do you know what happens to your respiratory system when you're wearing a mask?" There's no. They haven't done any no. Okay, cool. I said, "Just be careful how many hours you're wearing that mask for. You're actually breathing in carbon dioxide comes out, oxygen comes out." Okay. Sorry, not a scientist, but yeah. And I just have to kind of think about what she's doing. Just because we're being asked to do something doesn't mean that it's for our benefit. And then I continued on the journey. I think it was about 2 hours or 3 hours from Ethiopia to where I am now. And yeah, when I got to the airport here, they asked to take my temperature, and I kind of got them. I tried to show my wrist because I wanted them to take a temperature gauge of my wrist, and I was like, "No, your forehead, no, your forehead." kind of dodging the gun thing. He was like, "You sure?" Yeah. So I let them take it because I didn't want to hear anything, and I was already on the land. I thought, let me just do what I had to do and go. Apparently, at that time, they were only giving people 4 weeks on their visas. I showed the immigration guy a certificate of sovereignty, an exemption certificate that I have, and he spoke to the guy at the front, and they stamped me with 3 months, 60 days, not 90 days of obviously visa time on my visa, which is great. And people were quite shocked when I got here to say, "Oh, you got 90 days." Well, people from the UK were only getting 4 weeks or whatever it was at the time. I said, "Yeah." People are saying to me when I get here as well, like, "Are you sure that's going to work here? Your sovereignty certificate or your exemption certificate, you sure it's going to work here?" I'm like, where do you think they model their judiciary system? Every single Western government is governed by Europe, which is Europe, which is the Vatican and England. That's their model. It came from there. That's where the certificates come from. We're using their law system in order to work for us. So, like I said, it was a mindset, and I did research. Well, I did meditation as well on reducing the level of fear that consumes me at times and reducing my ego as well. That was a personal one for myself, I did that meditation. I did some other spiritual work as well. Sacred Woman program by Queen Afua. I did that before I came. I did it twice actually before I came. Anyway, so I was doing some spiritual work to help me be less physical, if you like, and more walking in my path spiritually, and not, because when we're in the physical realm, if we're in this realm, because this is how I believe, but obviously not everybody's going to believe the way that I do, so I appreciate everybody has different thoughts, but this non-tangible, world that we live in, where we can't touch things, that gut instinct that we have, we know we should have turned right instead of we turning left. Like, that's what I wanted to emphasize and be more on point with. And I knew it worked because I felt less stressed, less on edge, less worrying about what's going to happen. I felt protected. I felt extremely protected. So with that, I just thought, let me just walk in the way which I feel like I need to, according to the work that I've done, and then take it from there. And thankfully, I just came, it was no issue. After the hostess asked me once, or another one asked me and again about a mask, and I told them I was exempt. And I told them with confidence, like, you can't, like, if we see authority or individuals in certain roles as here compared to us here, then I think we're in a losing battle. Everybody is equal. Everybody has a role to play. Everybody is equal. Nobody, no human being should be telling you who you can see, who you can't see, what you should be wearing, what we should be doing. There should be nobody telling us that at all. That indirectly suggests that we're incapable of thinking for ourselves. That's my main point. Like, I feel like a lot of the governments, whether it's the British government or the UK government, are talking to us like we are very much ignorant, uneducated. We haven't got the sense or the morale to kind of know what's right for us. And I'm sick of it. It's patronizing, very much degrading, and I'm sick to my back teeth of it. So I am, as long as I am not causing any loss to anybody, any harm, or any fraud to any human being, I can do whatever I want to do on this planet. And I can go and live wherever I want to on this planet. Like I said, I'm not better than anybody, nobody's better than me, but I understand that there are rules, natural nature rules that we have to abide by. But we also know that we have dominion over the plants, animals, and like this is written in biblical law. I don't necessarily follow Christianity, but you have to understand the judiciary system is based upon um, the Christian the Christian principles. So we have to take that in consideration. You see. um, what else? What else? What else? I think that's it for my travel from Heathrow to Tanzania via Ethiopia. Can't think of anything else. And I think it was really important for me to explain the work that I've done on myself, because sometimes we don't necessarily do that work. Not to give a dig at anybody. We don't necessarily rely on our intuition or our kind of energy that we have within. We are very powerful individuals. And like I said, it's not about hurting anyone, harming anyone, or frauding anyone. It's about standing in our natural light, our natural gift. We are here to experience the physical realm. We are here to experience greatness within this physical dimension, and we have to make sure that we overstand. There's going to be negativity. There's going to be people pushing their crap, let's for want of a better word, onto us. What are we going to do to block it? So yeah, that's the video that I really was on my mind to do. Excuse me with the sweating. It's wonderfully warm and I love it here. And I was a little fatigued, but I thought, no, it's playing on my mind. I need to talk to the peoples. There is going to be another. Obviously, I'm going to keep the videos coming in, but I've got like a list. Got a list of videos that I'd want to do. So let me just run them by you. So we're going to look at this book in a little bit more detail. I think everybody should think about getting this book. It's called Word Magic: The Powers and the Occult Definitions of Words by Po Chang. Now, don't know much about this Po Chang individual, but I know that this book is still continuously blowing me away and opening up this pineal gland and really kind of helping me understand what it is, what English is. It literally is powers and occult. That certain words can cast spells and it can free people's minds. So so that's one of the videos I'm gonna go into. I encourage people to get that book as well. It's quite cheap on Amazon. Hopefully you guys can get it delivered, because the actual physical book is slightly different to the one on Kindle. Yeah, it's slightly different. I think it's slightly smaller as well, less pages. So I would say get the physical actual book. Some people don't like that, and I get it. But it's about knowledge, so it's up to you which one you want to go for. What else? Okay, so reducing the fear, saving your life. That's another one. I want to help encourage or invite people to think about ways in which you can reduce fear. And it's about tolerating uncertainty. Tolerating being uncertain about what's going to happen next. And that's a bit of my therapeutic work coming in there as well. Managing unhelpful thinking styles. We're going to look at things that's going to be more related to anxiety, or reducing anxiety, reducing low moods or unhelpful thinking styles. Looking at preparing to fly as well. That will be a video that I'd like to encourage people to watch and subscribe to and share. Preparing to fly to And you know what, as well, when I was thinking about flying, if you think about people who have private jets and planes, do you think they need PCR testings to go wherever in the world? They don't need a PCR testing. So that's one of the difference between being a private person and being a public person. Public people go to the airport and have those sorts of flights and have to deal with those rules and regulations that stink. Whereas if I had my own, when I have my own jet, plane, I just have a pilot. If not, I'm flying myself, just fly, just go, Um, so yeah, I think I'll do a little bit more information. Let me know what you guys would like. A little bit more information about the public and the private, being considered the public and being considered the private. I think that's really important, I think, as well for us, and what that might mean. There's another guy on YouTube that's really, really cool, and I'd encourage you to look at him. More Instagram. He's got more information on Instagram if you guys are on Instagram. If not, YouTube is also great. He's a different name on YouTube. Crikey, what is he on YouTube? I'll get back at you in regards to this brother. But on Instagram, it's called Yusif L. It's YUSELF. Yusef. Yusef. So YUSEF_EL. Yusif L. Anyway, he's really helpful. He's got a lot of knowledge, and he's been really, really helpful for me to open my mind to research certain things. He is in the US, so he does talk about the judiciary system in the US. However, I understand that they interlink with the UK. The UK's got its version of what he's talking about, whether it's the constitution, whether it's certain types of laws. He's got a wonderful website, which I will come back and give you some information on that as well. And that website will give you a really cool glossary of documentations you can read, and you can help ourselves kind of build the knowledge, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the videos that are coming up as well. Please let me know what you would like me to discuss and talk about. Like I said, and I'll continue saying that I'm always learning. I'm always learning myself. If I don't know, I will definitely push to find out. It's something that you want to know about, I'll push to find out and get back to you. In the meantime, in between time, please, please, please look after yourself. Stay safe. I'll be saying that a lot now, yeah? Like, we can't stay safe, but I'm sure you guys will. Like, share, subscribe,